Greetings from sunny Orlando, Florida. I'm Lady Shasha, mistress of the snark. And this is the Horrorbles tag. The Nightwatch Zone created this tag. Thank you, Night, for tagging me in this. Shout out to Coriander as well. So with this list, instead of talking about the best of the best, this is about the worst of the worst in horror. So what I'll do is read the category and then read my answer. The first one is worst werewolf movie. The Howling 7 New Moon Rising. This CG transformation is all you need to see. American Werewolf in Paris isn't looking so bad now, is it? The next one is worst horror remake. This is so hard because there are so many. It's hard to narrow it down to just one. The remakes for April Fool's Day, Inside, Martyrs, Poltergeist, and The Fog are all pretty bad. The Fog remake is so forgettable. My sister said that she went to the movies with me and some friends to see it, and I have no memory of this. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake happened. The Poltergeist and Martyrs remakes were pretty insulting to the originals. I spoke at length about the Martyrs remake in my Martyrs review, but still, those were not the worst remakes that I have seen. The Prom Night remake is probably the worst attempt at a slasher movie that I've ever seen. First of all, it's PG-13. Second, it removes all the cool elements of the original. There's no kids playing The Killer Is Coming in the intro. The disco scene in the middle is gone. The reveal of who the killer is was changed and replaces the kills with cutaways. The next one is worst Stephen King adaptation. I was going to go with the Langoliers because of the bad CGI, but then I remembered The Secret Window. To be honest, I've never watched all of The Secret Window because...
You still want... Shut up! Listen to me, because this is how it happens. This is how it happens to people. There is no John Shooter. There never has been. You invented him. Listen to me.
Worst part 2 in a horror franchise. A lot of you might go with Troll 2, but Troll 2 was at least enjoyably bad. I'm going with Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, mostly because it's not even his own movie. It's like 70% of the film is flashbacks from the first Silent Night, Deadly Night. If you've seen the garbage day scene, that's basically the only thing notable that was added. Like, it's terrible. The worst final girl. That's gonna be Heather from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. I hope I can find clips of all the times this girl tripped over her own feet. At one point she tripped over this little fence. I think it was like less than a foot off the ground. She was just constantly tripping. She was such a white woman in horror movie stereotype.
But imagine how tired we are. Imagine how tired we are of it.
Sis, I know, right? Most recent bad horror movie you watched. I'm gonna go with Fantasy Island. This was a mess. It had so much potential and it failed so badly. It's a movie about fantasies that lacks imagination. Worst horror movie mother. For me, it's a tie between Kristen's mother in Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and Andy's mother in Child's Play. I mean, I've never gotten over the fact that Kristen's mother was entertaining like random dudes in her house while her daughter was going through all kinds of drama.
I'm still having those awful dreams.
Elaine, where do you keep the bourbon?
I'll be right down. Honey, I've got a guest.
And you don't want to keep him waiting.
That's right. I don't. Good night.
I have a question for Andy's mother. Why is your barely out of toddlerhood child fixing you breakfast in bed on his birthday? That's borderline neglectful. Worst horror villain? I'm going with the Bye Bye Man. This is one that had so much potential, but since it was underwritten, it was so weak. The Sci-Fi Channel original Stickman is better than the Bye Bye Man. Worst horror movie kill. For this one, I'm going to have to say a spoiler for Leviathan. I know the movie's, what is it, 30 some odd years old? But spoiler alert. Anyways, you could jump to right here if you want to avoid that. So the worst horror movie death for me is Ernie Hudson's death at the end of Leviathan. He fought all the way through the movie, made it to the end of the movie without being transformed into a mutation or absorbed into the monster, and they escape the submarine, they make it to the surface, and the three of them are this close to boarding another vessel, and the creature rises up out of the water and just smacks him. It's not even like you just think he's just hit and gone underwater and then he's gonna come back up, but no, I guess that's how he died. He just got smacked by an alien sea creature. Worst horror movie franchise. I'm going to say the Amityville series, and it narrowly beat out the Hellraiser series because of ratio of good to bad movies. Hellraiser arguably has 3 good out of 10 movies. Amityville has 3 good out of 150 sequels. No, for real, there are 16 Amityville movies in the series so far. There are 4 more that are announced, and another one that is in post-production, because that's something we all needed. It's like the Amityville series saw how far the Hellraiser sequels strayed from the storyline and said, hold my beer. I thought the Amityville dollhouse was stretching it, but then they did Toy Box and Clown House. Guess what the name of the Amityville that's in post-production is? Amityville Cop. I don't even know how to follow that. So, anyways, those are my picks for the Horrorbles tag. Thank you, the Nightwatch Zone, for creating this Horrorbles tag. I will put your video with, I believe Coriander's in that video as well. I will put that video in the description box underneath this video. I'll put a link to the Nightwatch Zone's channel in the description box underneath this video. For this video, I am tagging, and if my eyes go back and forth because I'm looking at my list and looking at the camera, looking at my list and looking at the camera. Horrific Nightmares JM, Mr. Dan and Horror, Black Gay Comic Geek, Hey Internet, It's Eric, Fish Jelly Reviews, Horror Metal, Wolfman's Got Nards, The Good, the Bad, and the Sequel, Kenny JD, Scaredy Matt at Scaredy Cats, Purple Film, Count Jacula, and Bad Movie Night. If you were not tagged in this video, I might have already tagged you in my previous 3 tag videos that I just posted. If you prefer to do this tag instead of a different tag that I tagged you on, feel free. Anybody watching this video, consider yourself tagged, and that includes the people in the comments. Go ahead and write your answers to these questions in the comments. I'd love to see what you have to say. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Bye. Hey, did you know that I work for tips now? You could hit me up on Venmo or Cash App. While I'm happy to receive the type of coin that jingles, I'd love to receive the type that folds. Somebody show these people where the subscribe button is. They don't know what they're doing.